Boom. What is going on, everybody? Happy Friday to you all, and welcome to another live beer review. Today I'm deciding to, since I haven't reviewed this brewery in a long time, I decided to pull one up from the garage and take a look at it. So today we got another fruited sour from the kind of like, these guys are up there on the list when it comes to, I guess you can say, fruited sour masters, in my opinion, just because I've had so many different varieties of fruited sours from these guys, to where it's usually either an IPA or a nice kind of really thick and kind of smoothie like fruited sour. So today we're going to be looking at the, I hope you like Jammin from Junkyard Brewing Co. out of Moorhead, Minnesota. Of course, you got the giant cans, the, what is it, how many, 750 ml cans that Junkyard's always known for. Just look at the size of this thing. I absolutely love the size of their cans. But then, of course, you got the token Junkyard logo right there. But yeah, look at that. This is a fruited sour made with blueberry, blackberry, and black currant. So I'm expecting a lot of, this probably is going to be up there on the tartness, just because with all the berries, they have a lot of natural tartness in them. So especially with that black currant in there, probably going to add like a little bit of like an extra element of tartness. I'm hoping it's not going to be too tart, but expecting some really nice berry flavors in this, along with just maybe getting it to be like maybe a smoothie kind of consistency, maybe thick kind of in the mouthfeel. But yeah, this guy comes in, I believe, at a 6.6% ABV. So yeah, actually is 6.6, yeah. So highly sessionable in my opinion. It's definitely lower on the scale when it comes to ABVs for this kind of stuff. So it's definitely going to be an enjoyable one. So I'm excited. So without further ado, let's crack this guy open and see what this thing's like on the smell. Okay. Oh yeah, definitely getting like a lot of that like tart blackberry and the black currant on the nose right away. Oh yeah, this is going to be a good one. It's just going to be dark berry in your face, which I'm excited for. It's definitely going to probably have a nice dark color to it, which I'm excited for as well. Going to be drinking out of my Whistle Punk Tulip glass this afternoon. Let's give this guy a pour and see what it looks like. Oh yeah, that is pouring really nice. A little bit of a head on it, which I think with that kind of like, well, I would say that was like a 4 out of 10 for the pour for me. But with this kind of glass and with this kind of can, I always come to notice when it comes to Junkyard stuff, having that bigger can, it's a little bit more difficult to kind of get that nice pour going through them, just because of it's a big can and a lot of stuff's coming out at once, but that's okay. But yeah, looking at the color of this one, definitely really dark, has a lot of those dark berry colors in there. Definitely still getting a lot of that like blackberry and black currant on the nose. Definitely a very, very nice tartness on the nose with this one. So I'm expecting to be pretty tart, pretty sour. But without further ado, let's give this guy a try. So cheers, everybody. Happy Friday. Yeah, that's pretty. It's not like crazy tart, but it's definitely up there on tartness. Definitely like it has a really thick, very like smoothie like mouthfeel, which is nice. I'm gonna pour a little bit more. But yeah, very refreshing. Has a lot of just bright, dark berry flavor in this one. Absolutely love the color. So the color is definitely a plus for me. Nice kind of pink, rosy kind of head. Yeah, that's delicious. But it's definitely up there in tartness for sure. For tartness level, out of 5, I'd probably give this maybe like almost a 4. Maybe 4, 3.75 around there. So it's on that like upper echelon of tartness. Just that's what you expect for the kind of berries they're using. So yeah, very, very vibrant in the berry flavor. Definitely has a really nice, thick, creamy mouthfeel. I wouldn't be surprised if there's lactose in this to kind of add like a little extra element of sweetness, along with just kind of smoothing it out, making it that like kind of creamy mouthfeel texture, all that kind of thing. So let's look at the description of this one. So their new sour is jam-packed full with the most delectable blend of berries. The combination of blueberry, blackberry, and black currant create a satisfying tartness with just the right amount of juicy sweetness. Which definitely I agree. There's a nice tartness going along with this one, but there's also that kind of nice balanced sweetness along with it to not make the tartness in it too overpowering, too just like in your face. You're definitely getting those berry notes. but I'm definitely getting more like the blackberry and the black currant for the flavors mostly. But maybe those blueberry notes are kind of like a little bit more of those undertones. But yeah, super creamy, nice and tart and refreshing. Yeah, it's delicious. Absolutely delicious. I absolutely love the color of this one, though. The color is really, really nice. But overall, pretty damn solid. I'm enjoying this one for sure. And plus, I have a lot of it because it's such a big can. But that's okay. So, let's look and see what Untappd has to say about this guy, because I'm curious. So, going on Untappd here, like I said before, it's a 6.6% ABV, and with over 273 ratings, this one has an average rating of 3.97 out of 5, which is pretty damn good, almost a 4, which it's definitely going to be up there, almost like maybe around that 4 range for me when I check it in on tap for sure. But let's see what people have to say about this. Guy gave it a 4.5 out of 5, purchased it at Happy Harry's Bottle Shop in Fargo, North Dakota. So it looks like this stuff's available in North Dakota since it's out of Moorhead, Minnesota. I can definitely see that. This person purchased off Tavour, gave it a 3.75 out of 5. Let's see, we got a 4 out of 5 purchased off Tavour. We got another 4 out of 5 purchased off Tavour as well. Another 4 out of 5. 3.75. Somebody gave it a 1.5, saying too much. Too much of what? That's what I'm curious. It's just what did you not enjoy? That's what kind of bothers me when somebody does such a small like rating on this when all they put for description is too much. What is it too much of? I want to know. And that's kind of sucks. But let's see. This person gave it a 4 out of 5, 4.25 out of 5, 3.75, 3.75. So pretty good ratings on this one for sure. And this guy purchased it at Sheboygan, Wisconsin. It's a beer bar. It's called Unsprung Meads and More. Interesting. So, of course, I can see it being available within like the Wisconsin, Minnesota, North Dakota area for sure. But yeah, overall, the size of the can is a 750 million. So, definitely up there on the size. Of course, the color is absolutely delicious. Well, the color isn't delicious. The beer itself is really nice. But definitely up there on the tartness. I can feel my eyes kind of closing a little bit whenever I take a sip. So it's up there on tartness. So let's start figuring out what I'm going to do for ratings on this one. So overall, pretty good ratings on Untappd with this one. Only 273 ratings, which who knows, that might go up in the next like month or so when more people start to drink this, or maybe even if it's still available. I'm guessing if it's still available, since this person purchased it 2 days ago in Fargo, that you might start seeing still more check-ins on this one. So yeah, it might get a higher rating moving forward. Who knows? But let's start thinking about what we're going to do about this one when it comes to our ratings. Can art. Of course, Junkyard has their token like label on the side where it's the Junkyard logo and all that stuff with the dog right there. You're going to see that pretty much every can. But then they kind of go to the other side where they do their can art. I really like this kind of old like fashioned art style to it, to where it's like they're open up kind of here. That has like the jam kind of jar to it and kind of the abstract kind of stuff coming out of it. Plus, this is an homage to Bob Marley, which I think is really cool. So, overall, really nice colors on the label. Really like the pink and blue on there. Definitely something to catch my attention at a liquor store or a bottle shop for sure, just because of the bright and vibrant, almost like cotton candy like colors to it. So yeah, very, very nice on the colors. But let's see. If I got this beer in a flight at Junkyard, would I get another one? That's the real question. Would I get another one? I've had some fruited sours from Junkyard before that I enjoyed more than this one. Definitely some that are less tart from this one. So if I had another fruited sour from them that was a little bit less tart, I would probably get that before this one. This is almost too much for me on tartness, just because of those very bright, vibrant like berries in there that have a strong natural tartness to them. Like if a blueberry is not ripe, it has a good tartness. If a blackberry is not ripe, it has a very good tartness to it. And of course, black currants have the exact same thing. So there's definitely a good amount of tartness to this. This is The sweetness is kind of undertoned a little bit from the tartness, but it's still overall pretty balanced. Has nice, refreshing, really vibrant berry flavors in it, which I do enjoy. There's not really any like fermented kind of berry notes in this to kind of do. That would kind of like give me notes of like a wine. There's definitely not any of that in here. So I think all you're mostly getting is just those tart berry flavors that you would naturally get out of it. And I think they did exactly what they were looking to do. They described it as a pretty tart sour ale, and they definitely hit the nail on the head. It's definitely a very nice, satisfying tartness. Almost too tart for me, but there's a juiciness to it. There's a slight sweetness to it that's really nice. So overall, not bad at all. Not bad at all. So let's see. What is my final rating on this one going to be? That's where the kicker is. Let's see. I love the berry flavors. I love the like kind of slight sweetness in the back that kind of, once you feel like the tartness is going to get too much for you, it kind of washes away with that little bit of a sweetness in there, which is nice. But definitely almost on the range of being too tart for me. So that's definitely something I'm going to keep in mind. Let's see. I think I'm going to give this one a solid, very, very solid 7.75, almost an 8. Really good if you're into a nice, tart, like smoothie sour. This would definitely be one for you. If you like all those berries that I listed before, blackberry, blueberry, blackcurrant, you would definitely enjoy this one if you enjoy those natural, like tart flavors that those berries give off. This would definitely be something that would be right up your alley. So if you're in any of those areas, if you're in Wisconsin area, if you're in Minnesota, you can probably find this one still available. If it's still being sold in North Dakota, then you might be able to still find this stuff on the shelves. So other than that, yeah, not bad at all. Definitely another solid fruited sour from Junkyard. Huge shout outs to them for always coming out with some pretty unique flavor profiles and everything. And just kind of sticking to what they like to do when it comes to fruited sours. You don't have any like weird, crazy profiles like you would see from like Drecker or something like that. So definitely like they keep it to a specific kind of style of fruited sours that they enjoy doing, and they do it good. So that's always something I'm going to give them credit for. So huge shout outs to Junkyard for coming out with this one again. Really, really solid. But let's see here. Other than that, I think that's pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you everybody in chat for hanging out. You guys are awesome. Make sure to hit that like button if you haven't already. It would help me out a lot. Also, if you're new to the channel, like what you see, make sure to hit that subscribe button along with that notification bell. Let you know whenever I go live doing another review. And if you want to see kind of a social media aspect of beer drinking, you can see people like me, Duchess, Ian, Wintucky, all the kinds of people over on Untapped. It's a great platform where you check in beers, get badges. They have like a bunch of deals to where you can either buy their glassware, they give discount codes and all that stuff all the time. Sometimes you get a little bit of freebies, like if you, I think a couple weeks ago, is if you spent a certain amount of money, you got a free beer koozie in there. So they always doing stuff, always giving like different deals for different services when it comes to craft beer out there. So a really, really cool platform. So if you want to shoot me a friend request, my link to my profile is down in the description below for you guys. Go ahead, I'd like to see what other people are checking in as well. Some new faces showing up on there I think would be really cool. But other than that, I think that's pretty much it. If you want to get your hands on some Junkyard stuff, of course, I'm always going to recommend Tavor, which I get all my stuff from practically. You're just going to have to find out when you download the app, because Tavor doesn't really ship to every state because different shipping laws that have to do with shipping alcohol through the states. So just kind of figure out when you download the app, put in your zip code, and they'll let you know right away if they can ship stuff to you. And Junkyard showing up on Tavor all the time. I'm always seeing stuff from Junkyard showing up. So you'll definitely have the availability to get stuff from them in the future. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's pretty much it. So again, thank you everybody in chat for hanging out. You guys are awesome. Hit that like button if you haven't already. And I'm going to say it like I always say it before we get out of here. If you're going to drink responsibly. Don't drink and drive. And I'll see you all next time, people. Cheers.